around the sad incident that took place on Bondi beach in Sydney. And for almost 48 hours, very credible and very, very reasonable news outlets the world over became part of that misinformation campaign. The intent today is not to malign anyone. The intent is certainly not to let down anyone, but simply to highlight that when such incidents take place and without any evidence, without getting into the proofs, without a credible source, certain countries are blamed for these incidents without any verification. So there was a whole campaign of fake news around that incident. I would also like to state that it's a very, very sad incident. It's highly condemnable. The Prime Minister, the President, Pakistan's government categorically condemned the incident. And since Pakistan is a victim of terrorism and has remained a victim of terrorism for so many years now, and we actually know what it feels like, we can feel the pain of Australia, the citizens of Australia, and we can relate to it because we see this happening in Pakistan. So, as victims of terrorism, at the outset, let me condemn the Bondi Beach, Sydney incident, and also state that we express our solidarity with the government and the people of Australia. And we also would like to compliment the Australian citizen who subdued one of the attackers and saved a lot of lives in the process. When the incident happened, certain media outlets were very quick to state that one of the attackers was from Pakistan and the other one was born in Australia. There was no evidence to prove this claim. There was no documentation, and there was no verification of this claim. But somehow we know that this campaign was launched from hostile countries trying to malign Pakistan. In Israel, in India, this campaign was proliferated and posted on social media platforms as well as electronic media platforms, which is very, very sad. Because Pakistan has been a frontline state in the war against terrorism. Pakistan continues to combat terrorists. And on a day, 16th December, which we commemorate for the martyrs of APS Peshawar, the young children, on that very day, when Army Public School Peshawar was attacked by terrorists, and we lost our innocent children. So we are a country whose children have also given sacrifices, whose children have laid down their lives in this war against terrorism. So it's very unfortunate that a country whose children, whose brave children of APS Peshawar, who were martyred on 16th of December, and we were commemorating that day, on that very day, such a false campaign is run against Pakistan. And as I said, there is not even a shred of evidence, not even any reliable source which can back this information that one of the attackers was from Pakistan. And this campaign was run deliberately, a misinformation campaign. But it saddens me that very well-reputed media outlets actually fell prey to this disinformation campaign. These news outlets, media houses, which operate globally, have an editorial board. They have their systems in which information is verified. There are structures, there's a hierarchy through which this information is passed on, and editorial control is exercised. Even then, they fail to exercise the basic norms of journalism. And a country, which I said is the biggest victim of terrorism, one of the attackers they claimed belonged to Pakistan, which was badly refuted because the Indian police yesterday issued a press release stating that one of the attackers was from Telangana, Hyderabad, belonging to India. And just a few moments ago, it has been confirmed that his passport was issued by the Indian embassy in Sydney. And in fact, he traveled to Philippines on that Indian passport as confirmed by the Philippines authorities. So, I don't know why this campaign was run, but it is very, very unfortunate. And I would just like to play a small video to walk you through this campaign and how it was run and which media outlets were actually involved in it. So as you've seen, it seemed like an organized campaign which spread like wildfire, and no editorial board, no management, no reporter questioned that where this information was coming from. And one of the news outlets actually said the duo are from Lahore, Pakistan, without any documentation. Now, how is it possible that when you give a news with regard to a terrorism incident and you claim that the attackers are from a certain country or are of a certain origin, and you have no evidence whatsoever to substantiate your claim? It really saddens us as victims of terrorism. Pakistan has always and will always condemn terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. But we did not instantly react, because a responsible state acts like a responsible state by actually verifying information.